Welcome to Super Soul Sisters. My name is Jamila Oluka and you're watching us live here on UBC TV Inspiring Uganda. Today, as we celebrate this month of women, I want to tell you that we are going to be bringing to you most of the women who have made it in life and women who will, make you inspired to do something for your life, especially the young girls and the women out there. I want to give credit to Dotash for, giving us such a beautiful place to be able to talk to you. One thing I will assure you is Dotash has what you need because they have things that you can put in your bedroom, from the beds to the cupboards to the chairs, dining tables, and on top of that, as if that is not enough, they have a tip of the ice of the art which you can put in your room and decorate your room and also do everything that you need in your house. Today in this show, as we celebrate the month of women, March is a month where we celebrate what women have achieved, celebrating a woman as a woman without anything. And today in the show, we have one of those ladies that you need to meet. And this is Annet Nanyanzi. She's going to be telling us more about who she is, how she grew up, the usual trend that we use here in Super Soul Sisters. And then you will be here also. Annet Nanyanzi, welcome to our show. You are one of the Super Soul Sisters now. Welcome to the show. And I would like you to briefly introduce yourself to our audience out there.
Good evening, viewers. My name is Annet Nanyanzi. Yes, I'm a chartered accountant and a co-founder of Green Shares. Wow. I'm excited to be here. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Wow. Whenever we hear something said green, that is life. Yes. There is life there, and green is like that color which is universal. Everything, where there is green, there is life. So, Madam Annet, if to get into your journey, when you come to Super Soul Sisters, here we are sisters. I mean, sisters who share everything, sisters who want to inspire others, sisters who come and tell us their stories, and we're like, wow. And I know that today you brought one of those stories that I'm going to be looking and they're like, wow, that's a very nice story. So with that, I would like to know, who is Annet?
Annet is an innovator. Annet wants to see improved livelihoods. I want to see people grow, people happy. Yes. How did I start? My journey started in Mityana with my paternal aunt.
Yes.
From there, I joined my dad and mom in Kampala when I was about 8 years. Yes. I come from a family of 6. I'm the eldest.
Wow.
Why I'm excited to be here, it's a Women's Month and I'm born in March.
Wow.
So it's just
Don't
exciting.
Tell me you're born on the 8th of March.
On 1st March.
Wow.
I start the March journey.
Wow, that is very interesting.
Yes. So I was born on 1st March. I've moved through some floors. We are 4 girls and 2 boys in the family.
Yes.
Yes. From Mityana, when I grew up with my paternal aunt, I'll tell you how Green Shares came in because that was the journey it started from. Yes. But when I joined my parents, we grew up in Mutundwe, and I started from Nakasero Primary School. That's where I had my primary. Yes. In primary, I was a quiet girl, but social. Yes, I had a number of friends, and I think I'm still social. I liked excellence. So I kept working hard to make sure that I excel.
Wow.
And I thank God that, yes, there's been excellence along that journey.
Okay, so now, one thing I respect about Buganda is there is this thing that I really like about Buganda. Like when you talk about Annet Nanyanzi, there is this thing of what Dira what. So who are your parents? What's your clan? All the things we need to know.
Wow. I'm from the Bogo clan. Bogo is a buffalo.
Yes.
Yes.
And buffaloes are strong.
Yes, strong and very. They throw their weight, but I don't throw my weight.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. I'm born to Mr. George William Kasvante and Mrs. Kasvante, Jane Kasvante. Yes. My dad is a surveyor, quantity surveyor. So I'm lucky that there are some footsteps in Kampala through my dad. When you look at Crested Towers, when you look at Mapera House, when you look at Renzori
He's the brains
House,
behind that.
yes, he was part of the team that made it look what they look.
Wow.
And he encouraged us to be holistic, paying attention to detail. Yeah. I think that's why my career started as being an accountant.
Where was your primary school? Probably you could also tell us the primary school. Your OG could be out there looking for, like, where can I get it? And you know, this time they're like, okay, this is
The
it.
primary school in Mitiana was near the church. It was called Mitiana Primary. So I was there I was there mainly for the kindergarten bit. Then when I got to primary, I went to Nakasero.
The Nakasero, the famous
The
Nakasero.
famous Nakasero Primary. Those days we used to have whites there, some
Yeah.
whites. Yes. So initially, okay, catching up with the English was a bit of a challenge, but along the way, I blended well with the city kids.
At what point did you join Nakasero Primary School?
Primary one.
Primary one.
Yeah. After getting to Kampala, there was still a kindergarten in Rubaga because my parents were staying in Rubaga Estates before we moved to Mutunde. So that kindergarten near home, that's where I went for a few terms because it was almost crossing to primary the time I joined them. Yeah, so I was there for about 2 terms. Then the next year I was qualifying to go to primary school. Yes. I was a bit reserved, so I'm not very playful. I think because of the environment I came from, because it was more about work, clean work, and it wasn't about playing like in the city where
where you have a whole team.
Go to the swings, there are teddy bears there. Yeah, so it's different. So the kindergarten in the village won't be, it was so different from the one in the city when I came to the city.
So tell us your experience. Describe to us, how was it like being in primary, Nakasero Primary?
Those days it was a premium school. I've lost track if we are still that premium school because there are very many outperforming schools now. But it was a school that would give you the right foundation, like from being orderly to your English articulation, to paying attention to detail in terms of how you do your work, how you dress, and how to be neat. Those days they used to cane, so if you don't follow the rules, you win yourself some bits. I was lucky I wasn't beaten while I was at school. So it means I was obedient and I followed the rules.
Wow. So what about when you got back home? Tell us your experience as a child in primary, outside the school. How was it like?
Outside the school, my parents were very strict. Too much order. And you had to do, not these days of kids that you have to remind that, okay, take your plate to the sink. Okay, wash the plates. Here you had to know that today you're on the rota to clean the house, so you are on the rota.
Order ni moja.
Yes, order. And you had to have a timetable. So I grew up in an environment where there was order, too much order. Yes, he was a tough dad.
So did you enjoy the toughness?
That time I didn't enjoy the toughness, but I'm now grateful that the toughness was there. Because when we got to about P5, our dad ensured that you had to know all the chores, including gardening. By P5? Yes, including gardening.
Wow.
So during the holiday, because along the way when we grew up, we moved to Mutunde, which was bigger. We left the estate, we moved to Mutunde. We had acres of gardens. So he made sure that if it's holiday, Then you have to go and do some digging. He would come back and say, where did you farm? Only this? No. Because he would measure. Remember, he's a quantity surveyor. He would measure.
So
And say, no, this is so small. But it's amazing how that articulate and the chores we did then
Have
are
shaped
now
you.
shaping us and impacting our lives.
Wow, interesting. So I would also like you to share with us, you know, primary has a little bit of homey, being a mommy's daughter, being daddy's daughter, you know, being at home, but now secondary. Kindly tell us, share with us your experience from senior 1 to senior 4. Which schools did you go to? How was it like going to school the first time? Were you in boarding? Were you in day? Were you in those cream schools? Which school did you go to? Kindly share with us.
Wow. O-level. O-level, I was in St. Joseph's Girls' School in Zambia, just next to Zambia Hospital.
I know, it's still a cream school.
Yes, it is. Yes, that's where I had my secondary, my O-level. Yes. There, it's a Catholic school, so there was still that order. And I was that friendly girl at school. Everyone was my friend. In Zambia, shaped my career because we had this math teacher who made us so articulate in math. Because I would also be taken to represent the school in math seminars and so by the time I finished O-level, I already knew what I wanted to be.
So you were this smart person in math who sits with the boys and they be calculating like seriously.
Yeah. So it was a girls' school. Yes.
Yeah.
I moved to a mixed school in my high school. Yes, because parents wanted us to be holistic. You've seen all areas, like all different environments. Yes. So in Zambia, I wasn't like a leader. It was more about books and excelling and
And how was this feeling? Like, how did it feel to be in a girls' school?
The good thing with being in a girls' school, there's no one to impress. You do what you're supposed to do. You do what you're supposed to do. If it's eating, you eat. If it's going to class, you go to class. It's like everyone is your sister.
Yeah.
So you are at home actually because there's no one to impress. You do what you came to do, right? And the good thing with Zambia school, there was skilling. You couldn't leave that school without knowing how to peel. Whether you come from a rich family where they don't allow you to go to the kitchen and it's only the house helps that are doing the housework. Here I would leave the school holistic with knowing even how to peel because we would peel the food that is going to be cooked.
You peel your own food?
Yes, especially when you are still in senior 1 and senior 2. There were rotas per class on who's peeling today. Because they had a menu, it wasn't posho. I was lucky it wasn't posho all the time. Actually, coming with a knife was part of the school requirements.
Did you people used to do garden work?
No, there was no space. It's an urban school, so there was no space for gardening. But there was the pots. Okay, this mini urban. There are pots, but there would be like
kitchen gardens like that.
Kitchen gardens. There would be people, depending on the class you are, there were people responsible. Maybe you are flowering the plants in the you are watering and making sure there's no weed, but that would be just on the weekends. Other days there are schedules of what to do. I did French up to my O-level. Yeah, I'll tell you how it helped me along the way.
And how now you can fluently be our translator of French to English, English to French.
I wish. If I had continued, maybe.
You can still do it.
Yes, I can. Some mini translations. Yes, you wouldn't be in Zambia Girls and fail. Yeah, because the teachers were dedicated, committed. The reading environment was good, and it wasn't only about reading, because some schools, I've seen schools where it's just reading. there is no extracurricular.
You read to pass.
Yeah, you read to pass. Here, you leave the school holistic with different skills, and you've excelled.
Okay, now you're done with the girls' company.
Yes.
Now tell me the experience
And
of
it was a
joining.
boarding school.
Yes. Now
Yes.
tell me the experience. Where did you go to for your A level, and how was it like?
A level. You've heard of Namasagali
Yes.
College
Yes.
in Kamoli? Yes, that's where I had my A level. Yes. That time we had a white was our headmaster, Father Grimes. I think you've heard about him.
Yeah, I have, including the school as well.
Yes. That's why I went for my A level. It was an amazing experience. Because by the time you leave that school, you are able to do anything you are destined to do.
So, but now they used to tell us back then that Namasagali was for drama.
Yeah.
Drama, dance, music, dance, drama, music, dance, drama. So maybe now I have a chance to ask someone who has come from that school to tell us, how was it like apart from the music, dance and drama?
There were different clubs you would be attached to, you would join. Why they say music, dance and drama? Because everyone was given an opportunity to act, to learn how to express yourself, how to communicate. But there were also different things that we used to do, from swimming to, of course, housework, cleaning up. You had to clean up from your dormitory to bathrooms, washrooms. Like, we had schedules of who cleans when. There was extracurricular activities like PE. We used to have morning runs. So obesity wasn't wasn't going to be a problem.
So it was like a routine thing. You have to do exercise.
Yes, you have to do exercise. You have to swim. We had a swimming pool. My favorite was the boat cruising. You would even have races, cruising races, like
the ones of mowing the boat?
The boat. Yes. On the lake, we are near the lake. The river. So would go have all those water sports. Yes.
So what was the experience of this accountant, the girl who had the vision of being an accountant in a school where there are so many activities that could be a diversion? So how did you maintain that? Because you said you knew what you wanted to be.
When I was in O level, my dream was to be a banker.
Yes.
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 Yes, and I'll tell you how I switched along that way.
Interesting.
Yes, I switched along that way. I happened to be a leader there. It brought leadership into me. I was a commissioner. The commissioner would help in seeing what revenue can the school generate, what
you didn't have the things of class monitor.
Yes, we had prefects.
Information prefect.
Yes.
So now for you guys, you used to use commissioners. Wow, interesting.
Yes. Yeah, because when I went to high school, I did MEG, Math, Economics, and Geography. Yes, so that economics bit, what ventures can be done, or what can we do to make money. Even mobilizing suppliers. We used to have a market on Saturdays that suppliers would come with different foods, fruits. So making sure that they bring the right quality. It won't it won't affect
it has to be equivalent to what you people have ordered for.
Yes.
Because that was interesting.
Yeah, because you would go to see what the suppliers have brought.
So these suppliers used to bring things like things that you'd use as students.
Yes, Saturday people want to buy maybe some sumbusas, some chips, some fruits.
You never used to have a canteen?
No, we didn't have a canteen, but there would be, I think Father Grimes wanted the community to benefit from the school being in the community.
Not just one person.
Yes. So the farmers there would bring their bananas, their oranges, whatever.
Wow.
Yeah. So just to make sure that things are not stale. Yeah. And they would pay a small commission to the school club, so that it's also a revenue angle for the
Okay,
school.
so that was like an indirect tax.
Yeah.
My God. That was really interesting.
Yes. So that was my role there. Then on Saturdays still would be a dance day. Would have an evening dance. You are all has to go to the dining hall, and it's party time.
Party time, so meaning the club of music, dance and drama is the one that used to come and then entertain the students?
No, DJ, there would be school DJs who would play music. Those days I think it was CDs.
Yes.
Play music, and and kids dance, and you dance, and it was compulsory unless you are sick.
You have to go to the disco.
You have to go to the disco.
Wow, interesting.
I think that's why I liked dancing, and I still like dancing, yes.
Wow, so it looks like you enjoyed your A level more than O level.
Yeah, I enjoyed it because it gave us, I'd never swum before. Here you are being taught how to swim. You have how to act. Actually, I've tried to act, and I thought maybe I would still take up acting if I wasn't so busy.
There's still time. You know, acting is one of those jobs that has no expiry date. So you can still act.
Because that music, dance and drama put the acting skill also in me. And I believe I'll think about it.
And how was it like this Annet girl who now sees she wants to dance, she wants to swim, and back at home, you told me dad was a bit strict. So how could you balance the school life and the back at home, like when you'd go for holidays?
Surprisingly, that's what he wanted.
Wow.
You get exposed. You know how girls get spoiled when they are seeing things for the first time at university?
Yes.
Because now, these boys we used to study with, they are like your brothers. Actually, you are not allowed to have those relationships. Like, you would be groomed that this is your brother.
Ah, so you never even got a boyfriend? None of your friends had a boyfriend?
Okay, there were some boyfriend-girlfriend relationships, but it's like not these hostile ones. Yeah, they are friends, but not those extreme things that used to happen. And Father Grimes made sure that we have our holidays before the rest have, and we come back before the rest have come back, such that we don't mingle with wrong elements.
So you had your own curriculum, like you had your own different, they call it what, like school curriculum?
Yeah, school timetable. Same curriculum, but different times of being at
holidays.
At holidays. Just to make sure you don't overmix with the rest and come again with immorals, and he will start beating you up that why did you do this?
Yes. I want you to tell me, like, during holidays, after all being in Namasagali, you're in swimming, you're in what, then you come back home. Were they still treating you as, were your parents still strict? What is it like? How was it like?
But if you ask Dad, you want to, I used to like, because I think we are doing a lot of drama, I used to like watching plays at National Theatre. If you ask Dad, would I please go and watch a show? He would say yes. He would give you the money, go and watch a show. If you say if the important thing, ask for permission and come back in time. The problem was coming after your curfew time.
Wow. So what was the curfew time? What was the curfew time?
You needed to be home before 7.
Wow. So
earliest 6. If you come after 6, it shouldn't be 7. It shouldn't get into 7.
So did you at any time default that time? Tell us that story.
The defaulting came when I'd finished university, but before that I wasn't defaulting.
You always
but
knew.
I would still ask for permission, and I would be given that permission.
You're still watching Super Soul Sisters here live on UBC TV, Inspiring Uganda. My name is Jamila Oluka, and we are here with Annet Nanyanzi, one of the ladies who happens to be born on this month when we are celebrating women. Actually, she starts with the first day of March, which is very interesting. I mean, it's very interesting to have a person who is born on the month that we are celebrating women. But also away from that, I would like to tell you that you see how comfortable I am. Dotash has all the stuff that you see here. Not only this, you can also come here and you get a variety of stuff. They have dining tables, comfortable chairs, comfortable home furniture. I mean, if you want your home to look like a Hollywood kind of home, this is the place you can come and get stuff. I would like to tell you that this show airs every Wednesday around 9 p.m. and you can also get us on YouTube, still Super Soul Sisters. And also, if you have missed this show, you can still catch up with us every Friday around 11 a.m. So you have no excuse. Anytime you want to know about women, you know, here we be sisters. I mean, you will get inspired and don't miss out. Let us come back. Welcome back to Super Soul Sisters. My name is Oluka Jamila and you're watching UBC Live, Inspiring Uganda. And right here on set, I am with Annet Nanyanzi, one of the ladies who was born on the month of March where we're celebrating women. So before we went for a break, I was sharing with Nanyanzi about her journey. Now, you get out of Namasagali. Tell me now. You came from an expo school, so how was university like and which university did you go to?
Wow, university. You've heard of Uganda Matters University?
Yes.
Yes, I was one of the pioneers there, part of the pioneers. It started in 1993.
Yes.
Yes, and we're the first alumni to be, we're the first students of Uganda Matters University. My dad is a Catholic, and is a Catholic university. And I think when he looked at the composition of the university, who's going to be the vice chancellor, who is the deputy vice chancellor, who, like the makeup, he was like, this is where you need to go. Despite having passed and been given a place in Makerere, government sponsorship, he was willing to pay a private university for me to attend Uganda Matters University.
Wow.
I believe he wanted the best for his children, and I don't regret going to Uganda Matters
But
University.
first tell me the experience then. This is a person who is, you know, like all your friends, and then you are going to Makerere. And by then, Makerere was everyone was like, when I finish senior 6, I want to go to Makerere, So how did you feel?
I couldn't believe. When he told me that, okay. Yeah, they've given you. What course? There was SWASA.
Yes.
Yes, that's what they had given me. So I didn't even know what it was about. I was like, okay.
Social work, something.
Social work and administration. So he was like, no, there's a new university you're going to. You're not going to Makerere. I was like, what? But Daddy, it's government going to pay for me. It's free. He was saying, no. This is a better university. You go visit the university with, actually, take your results to the university and apply. Yeah.
The process of applying, and yet you're here, you know that you've been given a government sponsorship.
Go to that university, apply. I went saying all the prayers I knew. I'd never been to the university, but he had taught us independence. Like you'd freely move in a taxi. So he directed me, when you get to Kayabwe, tell the taxi you're going to Kayabwe. You find...
And then you had to go all the way to Kayabwe.
He gave me the transport, go to Kayabwe. I talked to someone there, they are waiting for you. I jump into a taxi, go to Uganda Matters University. That time they didn't even have a signpost yet, but the village knew that there was a university opening. Yeah, so at the stage there were these bicycles.
Not even borders.
That time it was bicycles.
Wow.
Yeah, so I jumped, I asked, of course you have to go local. Bangambe wano waliwo university. Eri nkozinga ku hospital. Jangu kutwale. Go to the university, meet the secretary, looked around, I was like, okay. Yet I'd looked at Makerere before. The buildings.
Yes.
Okay. So I go back home. Okay, because I got me with my results, I could fill and leave the form there. They tell me they will call me. Okay, they will communicate. I was like, oh my God, I hope I'm not going to this university. That was my prayer.
So your prayers were like, I hope they say that we cannot admit her for any course. Wow.
Yeah, that was my prayer. But I thank God I went to that university because the day we reported, I happened to find two people I knew. One was a cousin, another one, someone had gone with in primary. They used to be our neighbors.
Wow. So you felt at home.
Yes, I felt at home. I was like, hey, my cousin is here. Okay. And meeting the vice chancellor, he's from Belgium. Professor Michel is his name. Like, wow, that's what it's going to teach us.
And already you are this girl from the white school. Eh? Wow.
I was like, wow, okay. Yes, I think Dad is right. Yes, that's how I'd applied for business administration and management, and that's what I was given. So all along, I was, okay, my first dream was to be a banker. So when I was given that, I was like, yeah, maybe that social thing would they give me banking if I've done social things?
No, they wouldn't have.
I'm like, okay, I think this is the right course for me. So at university, we were 80 pioneers then. The first students to enroll at the university.
You were only 80?
80.
80. Wow. And now the university has thousands of
them, yes. So it was so homely. I was like, the food was good. The lecturers, they got us the best lecturers. They would also get lecturers, volunteers who would come from Belgium, other universities, and teachers. It was practical lecturing. So by the time you leave the university, you are ready to serve. Yeah. So in my second year, I happened to be elected as a vice president.
Wow.
Of the university. So my dad reads newspapers every day. So he opens the paper and says, Uganda Matters Guild Union elections. And he sees my name. He goes like, when he came to see me, he was like, how did you become a vice president
of this whole university, you know?
I was elected. He couldn't believe.
Because he knew his daughter was this quiet person.
Yes. How? That's how my leadership skills were
nurtured.
Were nurtured. Part of my experience in Uganda Matters was to be a leader, to be practical, because we helped in setting the foundation of what others see now. Yes, and I'm grateful that I was part of the university.
Okay, now, with all this education, all this, nurturing now, I'm now coming to what you are doing right now. What is it that Annet is doing and why? Take us through the journey, how you came up with the green shares, why green shares, where you are right now, where you hope to go.
Green Shares is an agri-tech. Yeah, we're a social enterprise that became operational in 2019. Yes, we aim at improving production and income for the smallholder farmer, for of course more income. Yeah, through our market linkage services. Yeah, we find markets for the smallholder farmers. We link through aggregation. We collect their crop. When a farmer brings their crop to our agent, we use village agents to aggregate. The crop is checked for quality and that kind of thing. The agent triggers a payment for that farmer using our e-platform. Then they are paid using mobile money. So we came up to enable farmers be both financially included, because we are committed to driving financial inclusion for the smallholder farmer. We're also driven to making agriculture an investment vehicle. That's why we are called green shares.
Like
We are an investment
it's an
vehicle.
open thing.
Yes. Yes. How the problem is, how long will smallholder farmers remain small? Because when I started my career, I started with a banking, because my dream was to be a banker. Along the way, I became an accountant. Then I used to see that all that we are doing for smallholder farmers, they were actually not being unlocked in terms of income or improved livelihoods. They still remained in that small nature. And to take you back, how Green Share started, remember I told you I started growing with my paternal auntie in Metiana. Yes. May she rest well. My auntie, she's called Auntie Maria. Yeah, she passed on about 10 years ago. Yeah, Nachigoka, she's the one I grew up with those initial years. We used to be, she was a farmer, a smallholder farmer, typical smallholder farmer. We spent most of the day in the garden. That was young, but you would be there in the garden the whole day. Then you get home, you went in the morning, you come back in the evening.
Every day.
Every day. Then that only time you would have a decent meal is when she sold her coffee. So you'd say, no sugar the all this time. And when you say sugar, you just know she made some sales. Yeah. So that was the foundation of why I said, how long will smallholder farmers remain small? That experience alone didn't leave me the same. So when I was looking for what can I do after all this wealth of experience, is there a way to improve smallholder farmer income?
Like do you help farmers also? Because you said you operate as an E. You also have like an
Yes,
company.
we are a digital like trading
You have
company.
an app which you use, and
It's still web-based. We've been developing it for some time. It's now ready to be uploaded with different services of input providers. The buyers were already doing the buyer linkages using still an e-payment platform, but this was only doing mobile money payments. But now a platform, it's called the Green eHub. It's going to profile these farmers. We want to see, are they growing? It gives you the biodata of the farmer, the land size, their next of kin, how many family members they have. And whenever they trade with us, there's a trading record. So at the end of that day, this data can still be used for them to access other services, to grow, to even see the gaps. Why is this farmer only bringing 100 kilos every season? What is the gap? Is it land? We have a service in the pipeline of land leasing. We lease land on behalf of this farmer so that they're able to increase their production. Yes. We've also partnered with one of the insurance, actually two now, insurance companies, for them to be able to access medical insurance through Prudential. Then other life packages where they can save, they can save fees for their kids. We can also do crop insurance. We also have Sanlam on board. So our commitment is to have the smallholder farmer financially included in society.
Okay.
Yes.
Now that you've talked about that, I want to know how many farmers are you working with so far?
We've so far worked with 200 farmers.
And
Yes, most of them, okay, they are distributed. We have some in Luwero and Chiliandongo. Yes. When funds allow, we are going to grow into northern Uganda, the Dokolo Kole. We have recently got a
Dokolo is in
Lango.
Lango.
Yes. Yeah. So we have a partnership with an association that has over 7,000 farmers to help these farmers access markets and provide all our other services. Because when you don't provide market, we also provide agronomy services.
So now, Annet, there is a tendency that most of the farmers, apart from the modern farmers, I don't know what category you use to pick the farmers,
The smallholder ones.
if the smallholder farmers are there from the village, how, maybe you can explain to me, because you are an company.
Yes.
Farmers are in the garden.
Yes.
They are touching stuff. How do you connect with them? Because some of these small-scale farmers could not even, maybe like school dropouts, they are not digitally informed. How do you manage connecting with them when you are an company and the person is in Kiriandongo? I've been to Kiriandongo several times, so I know how the landscape is. So how are you able to connect with them as a company?
Okay, we have an agency model. We have village agents that help in the aggregation process. So if Jamila, you're a farmer, you would bring your crop to our agent in Chiliandongo. Chiliandongo, we are doing mainly maize there. You bring your maize, it's checked for quality. If it needs improvement in the quality, we help you clean it. Then it's weighed. When we see the quantity, it's meeting our quality expectations, it's weighed. Then the agent triggers a payment on our e-platform that Jamila has brought 200 kilos of maize. The price would already be set in the system, so we know how much Jamila is going to earn. If, for example, they've taken up seed at the beginning of their season and they didn't pay for it, a deduction can be made for that seed. For example, we also launch our leasing services. And they need to maybe pay for the leasing, they've leased land. The system can also help with the deduction. If they want to get insured, to still help in the deduction. So the farmer will still get their money the moment they've dropped their crop. Okay. And they would get a message. If they don't have a phone, it's still okay.
You have
their neighbor would have a phone, the husband would have a phone. Yes. So we can still
I am interested because I know of many people who are farmers, maybe who would be interested in joining the e-platform, because now where you are assured of a customer, like you are assured of someone buying your products, I believe any farmer would be interested in joining. But now in that when you're selling the product and everything, do you also do you have a fee that you charge so that farmers out there who are watching right now are able to know? Because sometimes, I'm just giving an overview, I'm not saying it's green shares. Sometimes some companies have in the name of helping like the disadvantaged communities, and then they end up charging them money because they use this thing that they are not very informed and they are not digitalized. So how do you benefit as a company?
Because the social enterprise, the head of social enterprises, they have a social objective and they also have they also need to make some money. So it's a commission based, but the commission is not really high because we look at what is the buyer going to pay us and what is the farm get and what can we pay this farmer to improve their livelihoods.
Okay.
Yes. For example, if maize is 600 farm get in other areas and the buyer is giving us 1,000. We can pay this farmer 750.
Okay.
Yes, so it's a commission-based trading arrangement.
I get it now, so that the farmer is assured of all his crops.
Yeah, all his income, the
All
way
his-
he's brought his quantity, and they would also know the price they're going to be paid.
And
Because
do you also teach them like illiteracy, financial literacy?
we hadn't started, but it's something we can consider with the different partners we've brought on board to work with. Yes.
Okay, back to you now as Annet. You know, when you talk about things which concern people, they call it in Muntu Wansi, like it catches everyone as one of the Super Soul sisters. You know, I know that there are many women out there who are watching now who would want maybe probably to join and also to know much about green shares. So what are those, just in a snapshot, give me the challenges you faced and what advice you'd give people out there who are watching right now.
Okay. The major challenge is capital, because commodity trading is a capital intensive business, and you need about capital because the farmer has to be paid. You can't tell them now, let me first sell, then pay you. Yes. So the major challenge is the capital intensivity that we need. But for every challenge, there's always a solution. That's why we introduced the trading fund, where, Jamila, you have your 1 million on the account. You're not going to use it in the next 90 days. You invest with green shares for those 90 days, and we trade with the farmer. We find market for the farmer. We pay the farmer when they bring their crop.
And then you pay back with interest?
Yes, I pay back with interest.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah, so capital is the main thing. Then, of course, farmer loyalty. Some farmers are not loyal. You would have pre-financed your inputs to them, and at the end of the season, they start stories. Because there's a time we introduced soybean in Luwero, because it's not a crop that is grown on scale in Luwero. Most people maybe plant it for food, to make snacks. So when we introduced it there, we had farmer women groups that we engaged, supplied inputs. But we had a farmer who said, you know, I have chicken. Now, meanwhile, we had pre-financed the inputs.
Yes.
Now, madam,
For me, I want to feed my chicken.
I want to feed my chicken.
Wow.
Then, actually, they didn't say I want to. By the time we followed up on her that, hey, how come for you didn't bring your soybean? You know, I have chicken. I gave it to the chicken. Nange madam nsonyi wana muwadde enkoko. Nemugamba, but good. So ya tewamusasula twali tumukuwoze, so obadde olina at least okusasula. So madam omujja tulindamu. You wait for us.
But yes, the season has to, seasons come and go.
Yes. So,
anyway.
So the farmer loyalty. But the good news, there are always mitigations you can do.
Okay, so what, in just 30 seconds, tell people, like, advice you'd give people out there?
If you have a dream, make sure you live to that dream. There are always solutions to make you get there. So don't give up when the beginning becomes rough, because we also had a rough beginning, but we are growing, and yeah, you can also get there. Then, if you are going into agribusiness, the type we are in, you need to find products that will help you generate revenue throughout the year, because harvest time is just twice a year. What do you do within those other periods? So we've done several things to make sure that we will have some income flowing throughout the year. One of them, we have an online shop where we help other people who are in agribusiness, especially in nutritious foods, organic food.
And you'd like other people also to come in?
Yeah, they can trade on a platform, online shop, to sell their products there.
Wow, thank you so much, Annet. It's been really interesting having you here. I'm really happy that I met you, and happy birth month. You know, nowadays they say since you're born in this month,
Yeah,
that
happy
is
birth month.
yes. So and you're one of the ladies we really appreciate to have in our show. We celebrate you as a woman in this month. We celebrate your birthday with the
Thank
rest of the
you.
women out there, and thank you so much for inspiring our farmers in Uganda. You know, they say every journey starts with one step, and you've already taken one step. Those 200 farmers you're helping, they have people who lean on them. So you might think that you're helping only 200 farmers, but every farmer has probably like 10 people or whatever people behind them. So you're helping the community. We really appreciate and thank you so much for coming to UBC to share with us your story. You're most welcome. Now back to you, the viewers. I would like to thank you so much for watching Super Soul Sisters. This is a show where you don't go wrong. And here in Super Soul Sisters, we share our stories as women. We try to inspire fellow young girls, fellow women, all women who are outside there. Please, I would say that if you are a farmer and you're looking for where you want to start from, you have products that you want to sell, please go to the online and look out for green shares. I know that you will get it there once you have internet, but also I want to again give credit to Dotash for giving us this beautiful place that we are right now. Dotash is one of those places where you can get everything you needed at home. I mean, when I talk about everything, from the bedroom to the sitting room to the dining to the balcony, there's everything here, including art, including some of the decorations that you can put in your house. So try to visit this place. It's along Ginger Road in Spear House, former WBS. For those who were there during time of WBS, this is the place where you can come. For all our viewers, please don't forget to tune on UBC TV Inspiring Uganda every Wednesday 9 p.m. to watch Super Soul Sisters. And if you happen to miss around that time, please, you can still catch us up on every Friday 11 a.m. and you'll still be on track. You'll be on speed with Super Soul Sisters. As I told you earlier, we are Super Soul Sisters. We share our stories. If you miss, even on UBC at around 11 a.m., you can still catch us on our YouTube channel, Super Soul Sisters, and you will get all the incredible ladies, all the ladies of substance who have been here, all the ladies from all walks of life. I mean, we do not segregate. Anybody who has a story to tell, this is the place. This is the place where you can come and inspire, and we inspire all women. My name is Oluka Jamila, and keep watching UBC TV Inspiring Uganda.